it's Alison from Silicon Bullet. I am not sure how this video is going to turn out because it's a little bit windy, so you might be hearing that through the microphone. I want to talk about when you're just starting out, how to find new customers, how to find your first jobs and how to get your first experience, because that seems to be the most difficult thing to do. And the biggest thing that you can do when you're starting out as a bookkeeper, when you've done the training and you've got some experience, you might have been Xero certified or taken some courses in Sage, or you've done your bookkeeping qualifications, AAT, and you just need that first leg on the ladder to find yourself some work to do, be it simple data entry or something like that, just so you can dip your toe in the water and get some experience. The best advice I can give you is to talk to people and tell people what you are doing. And people naturally want to help. You know, it's just the way that it is in this industry, I have found, and it's finding access of where to find people to talk to that can be difficult. If you're the sort of person that has always had a 9 to 5, a job, you go and do your work, you come home, and you don't have lots of connections, how do you find the right people to talk to? Well, I can tell you from experience where I have found my first jobs from, going back in history, and it's been through doing something called networking. Now, this doesn't have to be formal business networking. It just means talking to people about what you do. So I have found clients and customers at the school gates, sitting with my kids while my kids are doing swimming lessons, chatting to the other parents. You know, I naturally found that amongst those people were business owners and were people who might need my sorts of services. I have found business through my line dancing class, through my choir, but I'm a naturally chatty person that will talk to people when I'm going out and about, and you might find that a little bit more awkward. So then a few years later in business, I got introduced to business networking. Business networking is where you meet other people that run their own small businesses, other business owners like you, or other people that are looking for clients and looking for work. And you will find these now all over the country, wherever you are. You just need to go and look for them. There are organisations like the Federation of Small Businesses and like the Chamber of Commerce that run events that are free for people to turn up and attend in order to meet other businesses and get out there and talk to people. There are organisations like Business Buzz, like BNI, and a whole myriad of networking organisations that have sprung up from these. For Networking is another one. And you may well find that there are meetings that you can go to where they're inviting people along for free, if you are not at the stage yet where you have a budget that you can pay. To join these organisations and to network seriously and be looking for business, then there is a financial investment involved. But if you look around, you will find that there are free options and free alternatives to dip your toe in the water. Many of them will let you visit for free, just so you can see whether it's something that you would be comfortable doing. And you just need to get out there and talk to people. Now, when you first go to these networking organisations, the secret can be to be interested in other people and to hear about what they do, and not just go on there and be me and talk about yourself, because that is how you will make the good connections. And I have to admit, with the networking organisations, it isn't quick. I think I had been with seriously networking a couple of times a week with them for 6 months before I started to get referrals coming in. But equally, it can be something that keeps on giving in the long haul. So when I was still a school-run mum, taking my kids to school every morning, I couldn't do any of these breakfast networking meetings or anything like that, because that's when I was doing the school run. So I used to do lunchtime meetings with Women in Business Network, which were once a month. The membership cost a couple of £100, and each meeting cost about 20 quid. I went to those meetings for about 5 years, and I did get a lot of bookkeeping business through that. It worked really, really well. But what I love is the fact is I stopped going to those meetings about 7 or 8 years ago. And when I changed my focus and didn't want to do lunchtime networking anymore, but I wanted to be more variety about breakfast and evening and everything, my kids were grown, they didn't need me anymore, so I could be more flexible. And this week I've picked up another job, which is a direct result of meeting a lady at Women in Business about 7 or 8 years ago, because she remembered me, and when she had a needed some zero tidying, then she came back to me, and because of that introduction, she referred me to her boss, and I got the job of helping them clear up their zero. So networking may be a slow start, but it can keep on giving. With these organisations like BNI and like some of these other networking, the Women in Business, or there's a whole array of different organisations like that as well. Often these organisations have a lockout policy, so they will only allow one bookkeeper to go to any meeting, and you wouldn't be allowed to go if there was another bookkeeper. But if you hear of there being a vacancy, or if you strike up a friendship with somebody that is the bookkeeper there and they need someone to sub for them, and they're happy for you to go in their place if they can't attend the meeting, then you will often be able to attend for free to cover for them, so that there is still somebody sat at the table even when they aren't there. So it can also be, if you are a bookkeeper looking for basic bookkeeping work, but you strike up a friendship with an accountant, it can be beneficial that you can cross-refer to each other of work and business, and also help each other out at these networking meetings as well, and go and represent each other. And it's all about, like I said, networking, connections, and speaking to people. You will never find work or find connections, I feel, just sitting behind a desk at home, behind your laptop or whatever, looking out. Now, since COVID-19 and since we've learned more to work from home, you will find as well that there are a whole myriad of meetings which are done online rather than face-to-face. And the nature of how bookkeeping goes now with Xero and online software, which means that you can actually do somebody's bookkeeping from anywhere, it means you're not tied to a geographical region. So again, Business Buzz has online networking, For Networking does as well, and many of these organisations will also have meetings that you can do online as well as in person. So get out there, talk to people, investigate. Find Facebook groups with other bookkeepers and people in the same area as you, or on LinkedIn as well, and ask how people have found their work. Ask which networking they go to. Speak to your friends and your family. Don't be secret about what you are doing, and talk to them about what they do, where they go, where they meet people. And these are the ways that you will find those connections, where you will find somebody that might be snowed under with data entry work and need a bit of hand, even if it's just for a short period. You will find someone who, where I found a lot of my work was I befriended at a networking meeting a lady that was retiring from bookkeeping, and over a period of about 6 years she passed on a number of clients to me gradually, one by one, in a perfect way for me to be able to take each one on, learn, grow and get better at what I was doing. And that was absolutely ideal. So target old bookkeepers, you might find somebody who's looking at retiring soon and might want to pass on or sub work over to you as they go along. So I am Alison Mead from Silicon Bullet. I am an expert in Xero and Sage, and I can be there to help you when you take on that first job. Maybe you've not run a payroll in Xero before, maybe you've not come across the construction industry scheme, maybe this is your first job and you're just lacking confidence in the actual how to do the data entry. I can do hand holding one-on-one with you, help you to get started, and just, it's all very well having the exam knowledge, knowing what you should do in theory, but when you've got that first job and that first pile of receipts and invoices and that first client, and you just need somebody to show you, what do I actually do day to day? How do I organise my work? How can I be a better bookkeeper? That's where I can come in and help and support you. So follow my blog.siliconbullet.com, follow my Silicon Bullet YouTube channel, and get more videos like this for hints and tips. And if you got that job and you're really stuck and you just need somebody else to talk to about it and you don't feel that you want to admit it to anyone in your circle, then do get in touch and hopefully I can help you out. I also need to lift up my poor tired arm. Maybe don't watch this video, maybe just listen to it, and I hope the wind noise hasn't been too bad. So that's Alison Mead from Silicon Bullet signing off. See you again soon. Bye.